Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this what you expected? I mean, a little bit. You know, they always do that. Here's something amazing, and then you feel kind of like you get a bad taste in your mouth about it. Raid Shadow Legends is giving us the opportunity to get fragments for champion that you're really close to. Some additional fragments of champions, fusions that you did in the past. Now, don't get super excited about this. It's a great thing that they are doing, and you will have the opportunity in the following days to get fragments for Rule, Versov, Rorik, Krila Witcharm, Yoshi, Iron Brago, Burgoth, and then who's this last one? Drak Ghoul and Elagaius, if you participate in these tournaments that are very specific. Now, the greatest thing that would happen with this is that they would give us 4 days of free artifact removal, so we could move around artifacts and be ready for all these tournaments. These are specific tournaments that we're going to have to do back to back to back. The first one on October 22nd to the 23rd, a dragon tournament with epics only. Not that bad. We bring those poisoners. We get that poisoner to the boss. Now remember, this is a tournament, so you can do any stage you want. 1 through 25, you get that poisoner to the dragon and you kill the dragon, but you have to do it with epic champions only. That means no rares. I can't bring in that Kale. I can't even bring in Frozen Banshee. So you're going to have to bring in whatever epic you have, and you might not have all those epics. You might not even have gear on them or have them leveled up if you want to get Rule, Versov, or Rorik fragments. And we don't know how many fragments, and I'm sure it's going to be in the right-hand column, right? Everybody get behind me on this one. You know it's going to be in the right-hand column. They're not going to give us fragments of these champions if you're a top winner, right? Right? There's no way. There's no way they would give us the opportunity to get these fragments, make it difficult, and then only the winners get these fragments. I don't know any information. I don't know how many fragments. I have no idea, but I guarantee they're going to be in the right-hand side. But for 1 day of farming Dragon with epics, it's weird that we've got Rule in there, Versov, and Rorik on that right-hand side. And I have no idea how many, so I hope it's a decent amount. I would hope 10 to 15. 15 would be reasonable, right? Let's go down to October 23rd through the 24th. We have Krila Witcharm fragments and Yoshi the Drunkard for a special spider tournament to where we can only use champions from the Talarian faction. Spider tournament. Spider's not easy. Spider is actually pretty damn hard. We got to do turn meter reduction on the big mama spider, do a whole bunch of AoE burns or damage based off of enemy max HP, preferably doing that on stage 1 through 20. Again, we don't have to do higher stages. It's just a tournament to get points for completing it, but we can only use the Talarian faction for the spider tournament. We have turn meter reduction and armature. A big one here for an uncommon. But you might not have a couple armatures leveled up to get that turn meter reduction on the spider. You might not have AoE burns. Maybe a Lysandra in there, or bringing in Mordecai. We could bring in the AoE burns with Mordecai. There are a few barbarians, I think legendary ones that can do turn meter reduction. I don't know of any really good epics or rares that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there are some. I'm just not really going over every single one of them. There's Mordecai, great burns. Even somebody like Deacon Armstrong in a stun set will help you out with the spiderlings. And then we need to do turn meter reduction. AoE stuns in Astralon. We can get some shields up with Sir Nick. So there's things we can use, but that doesn't mean everybody has these tools to be able to beat the spider, at least on a reasonable stage, to get the fragments. But if you can do it on a lower stage, do it on a lower stage, see how many points you're going to get, and then how long it's going to take you to get those fragments to complete that fusion. It's going to be worth it if you can complete the fusion. Okay, let's go over to the next one. October 25th through the 26th, we have fragments for Iron Brago, Burgoth, which is an epic champion, for Fire Knight. Fire Knight from champions from the Corrupted Alliance. We need a lot of multi-hit going through there, but we do have Cold Hearts. We've got Tomb Lord now. There are Allure over here in the Demon Spawn. There's a lot of champions that do multi-hit, but again, not everybody has a robust roster where they've got everything. And they went really hard on some of these fusions and did well, and we've been asking for this for a really long time. Give us ways to get these additional fragments that we're missing. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I thought that they would do something, maybe put it in a shop somewhere to where you can get a universal fragment, right? We work toward getting some kind of universal fragment that'll work for any kind of fusion that we did in the past that we're missing pieces from. That way we could do all these. And why don't they have that for all these? Why isn't it just a universal fragment for every single one of these? Why even have Huntsmaster? It could just be a universal fragment. I know I keep saying that. It could just say that right there and then tell you how many you're going to get for each of these events. And then you might not even need all the events. You can go pick and choose what you want. Get that universal fragment and then use it for the ones that you're missing. And maybe you can only do it if you're actually missing. But I think everybody's missing. Even I'm missing because after I got what I needed, I got a few more. So I could even get a universal fragment just to hold and use it for something later. So I guess that's why. They don't want us holding things and using it. Well, it wouldn't work on these people, but it'd work on this Kreela because I got 45 extra of her and I got her. Same thing with Iron Brago. It would work to give me to where I could get maybe an extra one of these. I know they don't want that, but it's much better, I think, to do a universal token so we can use it. I don't know. I don't know. They don't want that. They don't want that, but I think it's much better to have a universal one in there so that we can use it for whichever we need. And we don't have to specifically go after some of these because they might be difficult for you. The cost for you to move everything around because you don't have silver. You got to move all this gear around to do all epics for the dragon right here. Then you got to do the drunkard for, what was it, spider tournament with Talarian Alliance. That's if you have the champions. Spiders is very specific to champions that can turn me to reduce the main boss. Very, very specific to be able to beat it. You need that. Really, you need that. And then Fire Knight, we've got to have multi-hit. So yeah, there's a lot of multi-hit that we have in the Corrupted Alliance with Cold Hearts and all the other amazing ones that I mentioned, but that doesn't mean you're going to have those champions. I hope you do. I hope you're able to get through it. And then down here on this Ice Golem tournament with champions from the Galen pack. That's the middle one. We have this a lot. And for the Ice Golem tournament, I mean, Ice Golem can be a pain too. I don't really want to do Ice Golem with Ogryn, Lizardmen, Skinwalker, and Orcs. I do have a lot of good Orcs. We have Seer in there, of course. Then we need some buffs. I'm sure we can make it work. But again, it just depends on your roster. So they're doing a good thing for us. They've done what we've asked for. We've been asking for ways to get these. Will they continue to do it? Will they do it in a better fashion next time? I don't know if this is bad. For me, I think it's a little bit unfortunate for some of you out there. For the ones that are really tight, that have tried to get these fusions done, that actually went above and beyond to get them done. You were really close, and now you don't know if you're going to be able to get this. And I pray it's on the right-hand side and not in between some crazy, first, second, and third place winner. They wouldn't do that. Just like, can't you? They wouldn't, right? There's no way. And I wonder how many. I'm guessing max 15 of each of these, but that's an absurd amount. 15 of Rule, Versolf, and Rorik just for doing one day of Dragon, even with epics. That sounds like a lot. 15 of each. A crazy amount. So I don't know if they're going to do that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this what you expected? I mean, a little bit. They always do that. Here's something amazing, and then you feel kind of like you get a bad taste in your mouth about it. Thank you for that box of chocolates, but I opened it, and I hate milk chocolate. I only like dark chocolate, and you took it all. So I don't want your Forrest Gump box of chocolate. Probably not a good analogy, but you know what I'm talking about. They always do something to leave a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in a video soon.